If the walls could talk is a saying you've heard over 1,000 times. The walls seem to keep our little secret, but most importantly, our memories.
And I wonder what they would actually say about us. Ladies and gentlemen, I allow that to be in your imagination as I welcome you to the second episode of the Mphamvu Show, brought to you by ChilangaCement. My name is Aston, Mambwe.
And my name is Precious Gozwa. And on today's show, we talk about raising the walls with our all-purpose cement Mphamvu.
Today, we're joined by Mambwe, one of our building experts, and she's here to answer every single question you have about construction. Welcome to the show, Mambwe.
Thank you, Aston.
You, Mami Mambwe. On this show, we have this thing where we go back in time, we reminisce, and ask ourselves, the houses we grew up in, if the walls could actually speak, what kind of memories would they share about you?
The walls would actually be a snitch because they would actually see exactly what is happening in a particular room or house.
Yeah.
It takes me back to the time when we were growing up with my siblings, where would steal some feeding powder.
You don't say.
Okay, yeah. And then none of us would be ready to accept that we did that. Okay. So the walls would do a good job by snitching on us.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because it would bring out the truth.
Oh, yes.
The walls have heard a lot of things. And you, my friend, you could comment or inbox us on our Facebook page, Instagram, or LinkedIn and share what the walls would snitch on you about. Back to you, Mambwe, our building expert. What does one require to build a wall to prevent cracks or the walls from crumbling as you stack the blocks on blocks?
You'd actually need a good cement, perfect cement,
Yes.
Mphamvu in particular.
Mphamvu.
Mphamvu and some sand and some water. Okay, so once you have that, make sure your wall is clean enough so that as you start patching up your mortar, which is your water, your cement and the sand,
Yeah.
is even. So you align it the way the blocks are aligning in lateral, okay, position, and then you go all the way up. Then when you come to plastering, you ensure that you move anti-clockwise as you plaster, as you put your in nyanja, your ndaka. Yeah, and ensure that you start from the bottom going up, not the other way around, top, bottom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for that, is there a perfect proportion or mixture for your mortar?
Yes, there is a perfect proportion. So when you look at our bag, our Mphamvu bag, it's got all that information there. So for mortar, it's in the ratio 1 part of cement to 6 parts of sand.
1 to 6.
1 to 6, yes. So your water will just be there to use to come up with a standard consistency. So that's what you use on your mortar.
Thank you so much for that, Mambwe. And that is how you build a perfect wall. Right now, we go to our socials where you are free to share your feedback as well as ask as many questions as you can about construction. We have a question coming from Mr. Zimba. Mr. Zimba asks, I am starting to build my first house and I've been doing some research. In this research, I've been finding that most buildings after construction, years and years have passed and they still develop cracks. How do I prevent that from being the case for my perfect new house? How will you edge into that, Mambwe?
So for Mr. Zimba, he just needs to ensure that as he starts his building, the soil on which the building is standing is non-reactive.
Right.
Okay, what I mean is that it needs to be stable. Should not change once the building is there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he will need to carry out a number of soil testing. Yeah, so that one, they can look at plasticity index and also the clay content also of the soil.
This would require
Yeah,
an expert.
an expert coming in, yeah.
I see.
The civil engineer would actually come and explain to them and tell them how far they have to go in terms of foundation thickness
Right.
or any form of reinforcement which they need to use.
Okay.
So that would really help. Especially if it's a swampy area, you now think of using a waterproofing cement.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Mambwe. And to our viewers, this has been the second episode of the Mphamvu Show. I hope this has been educative as we were discussing raising the walls, how to make the perfect mortar, and the perfect plaster to prevent all those cracks.
And that has been it for myself, Precious, and Mambwe joining us today. Remember, We are
Building tomorrow today.